Hello everybody, Revan Magus here, welcoming you to the top 5. Best RPG worlds to get stuck in. This is my personal list of the top 5 worlds that wouldn't be too bad to get stuck in if you were basically transported into them, which seems to happen on a daily occurrence to everybody. So without further ado, let's get started. Now, first on the list is one that will actually surprise a lot of people, I believe. This is Chrono Trigger, the classic SNES RPG that has been ported to many different consoles. This is one of those games that, for the most part, as long as you are in the year 1000 AD or 65 million BC, both of those two aren't terribly bad. The people living in the town, there's a festival going on to celebrate the millennium, and in the old 65 million BC, there's a lot of partying going on. These two eras would definitely be one that, for the most part, you wouldn't have too bad of a time. Now, granted, some of the other areas, such as the future area, aren't the greatest, and the timeline that Lavos impacts in are not the greatest, but if you're in 1000 AD, 65 million BC, you're going to be alright. For the most part, the festival has a lot of activities, a lot of fun going on. There is kind of that World's Fair-esque approach going on with it, especially in the sense of the cool machinery that you get to see, and there is a giant battle robot. Hey, how can you go wrong with that? Number 4 on my list, this one is one I actually really do enjoy. This is Super Mario RPG. Another classic from the SNES era. This game was pretty much the precursor to a lot of the Mario and Luigi series of RPGs. In this one, you could actually get Princess Peach, Mallow, Geno, Bowser all on your team. This game definitely brought in the fact of Geno and Mallow, but for the most part, this isn't a bad world to get stuck in. The bright, beautiful palette, and for the most part, the music is kicking in the different worlds. Princess Peach's castle, everybody has a 2-story house. I mean, some of them even have Game Boy to play. I mean, overall, this is a very good world to get stuck in. You have everyone seeming to be happy. A lot of people are just basically enjoying their daily lives. And the layout, the structure, and everything of each town definitely gives a lot of life and just overall pleasing aesthetic. Add to the fact that most of the people in this world are very friendly. You don't tend to see very many people that are very aggressive, evil, that kind of thing in any of the towns. And it's definitely just a quaint little stylized take. I mean, when you are playing a Mario game, you don't expect horrible violence and anything like that. So, not a bad world to get stuck in. Definitely one of my favorites. Number 3 on the list. Yes, we have Moonlighter. This one, I think, is definitely one that I would not mind. The mere fact of it is you have the one town you're in, and it's just a peaceful little town. For the most part, nothing happens in it as long as you aren't going into the dungeons. People generally travel between different areas. They have their own set of life. You do get a lot more villagers that come into the town. Overall, everything just seems kind of a very quaint lifestyle. The aesthetic of it is very pleasing. You kind of have this desert trotting expedition style of town. You got a colorful cast of characters. Some of them are just absolutely hilarious. I mean, there's a rat guy that sells stuff. There's kind of a chubby Mr. Monopoly guy. I mean, overall, just everybody's kind of cool. The look of it's just amazing. And as you progress through the game, it does, when you get to the downloadable content, you actually get more of a futuristic look to a lot more of the town with the integration of the aliens and that. So basically, it just keeps getting better as you let time go on. And that's an awesome feeling. Definitely like makes the town feel vibrant. And it's one of those that like at least things would constantly be changing in your town, which wouldn't make it too bad. All right, so number 2 on the list. This is a game that I believe flew under a lot of people's radar when it came out. This is Craftopia. Now, this game is one of those games that, yes, I understand. It is in early access, so a lot of this stuff isn't cleaned up. But for the most part, the different worlds have a variety of looks to them. You have the ability to just basically live your life on an island. You've got a bunch of different villagers. They're friendly. They are willing to talk to you. Stuff is easy to build with very little danger to you at all. For the most part, you can pretty much live out a peaceful life of just eating different various fruits, veggies, and you're always progressing into better stuff. I mean, you honestly get a hoverboard as well as like different cars, everything, balloons. There's just all kinds of different variety to this game that definitely the world makes it so pretty. And you can basically build anything that you want with very minimal danger to yourself. On the initial island, the only thing you really have to worry about is pretty much slimes. And if RPGs have taught me anything, slimes aren't that dangerous to fight and they're not too deadly. All right, number 1 on the list. This is going to seem so obvious. This is Stardew Valley. Now, I wanted to only take one game that was a farming simulator-esque RPG. That is why you don't see games like My Time at Portia on here, those kinds of games. I wanted to take one game, and I believe Stardew Valley defines that ideal of farming RPG life simulation. There is zero real danger that you would ever be in this game. For the most part, unless, once again, you're willing to go into the dungeon or live in the wilderness farm, you're not going to be in danger. You're going to be completely safe. You're not going to have to worry about anything. Now, you might go like, well, how are you going to survive? You won't have anywhere to eat, anything to do. Oh no, what's going to happen? Now, let me just break that down. There is a homeless gentleman in the game, Linus, who is taken care of. He chooses to not be in the village. And even when he does come in and scavenge, other people assist him. The town is very closely knit, and for the most part, you won't find a cast of people that are nicer than these people in Stardew Valley. So that is why I believe Stardew Valley is probably the best RPG world to be stuck in if you had to be transported to one. Zero danger, beautiful cast of people, lots of fun, technology is up to date, everything is completely good with this one. Alright, so that wraps up this top 5 best RPG worlds to be stuck in. I'm sure many of you will not agree with this list. If you have other RPGs that you think would be better suited to this list than the ones I provided, definitely leave a link, leave a comment, leave a subscribe, and let me know what you're thinking. And until next time, this is Revan Magus saying, I'll catch you later.